Actually, I have the whole set of home appliances from Bosch. They're all Wi-Fi connected. And every time I tell it to someone who doesn't have a smart home, they laugh like, why would you need the Wi-Fi connected dishwasher? Doesn't make any sense. But actually, in our previous apartment, which we were renting, we had a laundry room in the basement. And basically, if you go there, you put the washing machine, you never know when it finishes. I mean, you can put the timer, but it's annoying
Right.
to do all the time. So when it's Wi-Fi connected, I managed to bring the Wi-Fi back to the basement over the power network, then you get the notification and it's perfectly fine. So it's finished working. The same actually here. It's all in basement. But then when you connect it to Home Assistant, my first attempt was to use the cheapest hour. So basically, I had the sensors that they were saying that, okay, this is the cheapest hour, this is the second
Right.
cheapest hour, and so on. But turned out that it is useful but not very practical because normally you want to know when it starts. Because if you wash things, sometimes you don't care, but sometimes you like want to want to be sure that it will be done on time. So what I'm doing now is actually I use the forecast for the electricity so that I find the cheapest time slot. So it's actually kind of funny because like to activate, it's called I think remote control on the washing machine and the dryer. You need to press the physical button every time. I think this is probably the safety feature. So you go down, you put everything into the washing machine, you close the door, you push the button, and then if the button is pushed, it means that the Home Assistant can start it, which means that a user requested the automatic start feature, at least in my logic. So what it does, it first takes the current program, takes how long it takes, finds the cheapest period for this time frame, and then it basically populates the sensor with the information when it will start. So you can always open the Home Assistant and actually I can probably do it right now and say that if the washing machine will start, it will do it actually in 11 minutes because this is the cheapest time slot. Yeah, it is predictable and like if I need it now, I just press the start button, so it does not affect the comfort part.
Yeah.
But it's an easy way to save a little bit of money because if I don't care, I just do things inside, push the remote
Yeah.
start, forget about it, then get a notification when it's done. End of story.
And that, I guess, also ties into your. It should be done by default, right? Like, if users should be able to start the washing machine, not know that there is also a way for the house to make that in the best window. If you just want to put a load of washing on and it's the
Yeah.
most expensive hour, you can still do that. I'm not going to get
Oh
in the way of that.
yeah, absolutely. Furthermore, I actually had to put a delay because initially it was like when you push remote control, it was starting immediately, but then I realized that you don't have a chance to put your own time because you can use the Bosch app to say like,
Right.
Yeah.
I want it to start like, I don't know, 2 a.m. for some reason. And if it starts immediately, you cannot do that. So it's now a 15 minutes delay. So you have time to put your own timer if you like to. If you don't, it will, like best case, it will start in 15 minutes or when it's the
Right.
cheapest slot.
The other side of that is, do you have any restrictions in the times it can run? Because, like, again, for example, let's say, I don't know, you load your dishwasher at you load your washing machine at I don't know, let's say 10 a.m. whatever, and then now all of a sudden the cheapest time is it's running at midnight, at which point you'll only get to, pulling it out, putting it in the dryer 5, 6, whatever hours later, right? And then, by that time it might be, sitting there in the wetness and whatever, right? It gets kind of smelly, mildew, whatever. Do you have any protections against that kind of stuff in there too?
Yeah. This is the way, basically, how you learn. So initially, you do it the way that it just finds the cheapest time slot, but then funny things happen. For instance, one of examples you just gave. Another example would be that if it's Friday, it probably means that the Saturday will be cheaper, but the Sunday will be even cheaper, which means that it might not start up until the Sunday night because it
Oh,
Right.
wow.
just realized that it will be cheaper next day. Like, why would I start now? So To overcome this, I use the schedule feature. Like I have a schedule sensor, which is basically I tell that okay, on weekdays it has to finish by I don't know like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I don't remember. Like
Hmm.
basically it works either in the night or in the day because it has to finish by 6 or by I don't know
Yeah.
5 p.m.
So find the cheapest time slot between these times and then run it there.
Yeah, yeah. The same for the dishwasher. So the logic here is that if you start it in the night, it will work over the night. If you start it in the morning, you probably want it done by the evening, so we can uh, load the new batch.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
You mentioned that you're using Bosch appliances there. Did you take any consideration into like which brand of device you wanted to get based on its need for working with Home Assistant? I know Bosch is pretty good at working with Home Assistant. Was there a is that the reason you went with the Bosch brand, or it just happened to work out nicely that way?
The latter. So the washing machine, I actually got it in the previous apartment and didn't have any like it was a rented apartment. I didn't have any
Yep.
automation there. But it turns out to be very well integrated. It has very nice app. Actually, this is probably the only vendor app I'm still using because everything else is in Home Assistant, but the Bosch app it is just very good. I love it. But then it has I think, the official integration, which is nice, and I used it initially, but for some reason, I think it cannot press the start button. Uh, it probably changed, I don't know, but initially it was that you can say start this program. So you have to define the program in the automation, not on the machine itself. And it
Mm,
was annoying because it kind of contradicts this dump first approach. But there
Hmm.
is a very good, I think it's called Home Connect Alt, like alternative integration. It's on Hacks. And someone put a lot of effort to overcome like many things, including this one. So basically, there is a start button. So I just, or my wife or my kid actually, they pick the program on the machine, and
yep.
then the automation just presses the start, and that's it. And I love it. It's one of my
That's
favorite integrations.
that's cool. That's actually really interesting.